Hey guys, Bryn here and welcome to a new episode of Tech News, the series on this channel where I keep you up to date on some of the important things that have been happening in the tech industry. I've got some really interesting things to discuss today, so stay tuned and let's get right into it. Amazon's newest product is apparently called the Echo Show, according to a new image received by the site, and pre-orders have begun since yesterday for $229.99. The Echo Show will reportedly start shipping on June 28th in the US. AFTV News says it will most likely cost $219.99 in the UK and $239.99 in Europe, but the release dates may differ. This information matches up with a Wall Street Journal report which said that the touchscreen Echo would cost over $200 and could be announced as soon as Tuesday. If you didn't know, the Echo Show is Amazon's newest Alexa-infused product that for the first time adds a screen to the mix. So the Echo Show is much more of a support device than one that can be used as a touchscreen device. Despite the 7-inch touchscreen on the Echo Show, it is strictly not a tablet. The Echo Show is built to run Alexa skills the same as the audio-only Echo speakers. Developers will be able to add visual components and direct video links to existing skills. Amazon's hardware chief Dave Limp confirmed to Wired that there is no reason services like Netflix or Hulu couldn't build skills to work with the Echo Show. It doesn't seem like you'll be able to do that out of the box. Honestly, to me, the Echo Show seems to be a good development with Amazon's home interface and support system, but as for how everything will work with this system, I'll have to see how it works before I can give any in-depth thoughts. Amazon is still sticking to the mainly single-user system for the Echo Show, so while the device has improved functionality in the form of calendars and taking calls, if you have multiple Echo Shows and Echo speakers, it's still an all-or-nothing proposition when it comes to accessing content. While Amazon will allow you to add multiple users to an Echo, once added, all Echoes attached to the primary account will have access. So when someone calls you over the Alexa messaging system, all your devices will ring and anyone in your house will have access also to your shopping list. Microsoft is planning to turn Windows 10 PCs into Amazon Echo competitors. Microsoft has been working on a new Homehub feature for Windows 10 to better compete with devices like Amazon's Echo. Homehub is designed to create a family environment for a PC with shared access to calendars, apps, and even a new welcome screen. Microsoft is even planning to support smart home devices like Philips Hue lights to enable Windows 10 to act as a hub to control and manage smart home hardware. Now, this is really interesting given the timing of the release of the Amazon Echo Show. I'm truly interested to see how these two competing devices will sell. On my end, I'm leaning a bit more towards the Amazon side of the battle, but time will tell how things go. Microsoft is aiming to include the new welcome screen, shared desktops, and easy calling in the Windows 10 update due in September. This update should also include improvements to Cortana and support for third-party smart home devices. Microsoft is tentatively planning to support Hue, Nest, Insteon Wing, and SmartThings devices with its connected home app. Cortana will be used to send commands to devices, just like with Amazon's Echo. Microsoft has been working with PC makers including HP and Lenovo to create new hardware or refresh existing PCs with a focus on this new home effort. Both HP and Lenovo are expected to have all-in-one PCs ready for the holiday period, with support for waking up with Cortana voice commands and new welcome screen features for Windows 10. Asus New Zenfone is out, and here's what you need to know. Asus ZenFone 3 Zoom, a follow-up to 2015's original ZenFone Zoom, is now available with a starting retail price of $329. Like its predecessor, this gadget prioritizes mobile photography with optical zoom. Although this time around Asus has swapped out the original 3x optical zoom 30-megapixel lens for a dual camera 12-megapixel system. One lens is a f1.7 aperture 25mm wide-angle lens, while the second is a 59mm with 2.3 times optical zoom. The system can magnify up to 12 times with digital zoom. Asus says the camera has raw file and 4K video support, as well as full manual controls so you can tinker with aperture, ISO, and shutter speed. To keep all these features from hogging battery life, Asus has stuffed a 5000 mAh battery into a device that at just under 8mm strain is actually 3mm trimmer than the original Zoom according to Asus. As far as specs go, the ZenFone 3 Zoom comes with a 5.5-inch AMOLED display, 3GB of RAM, and 32GB of storage. It's running Android 7.0 Nougat and comes powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 processor. You can buy the ZenFone 3 Zoom from most major US retailers like Best Buy and Amazon, as well as from Asus's website. Google launches Street View Ready program for 360-degree cameras. In a blog post published Tuesday, the company said that 20 certified cameras launching this year will make it easier for users to capture and upload Street View imagery. The certification program covers 4 categories of 360-degree cameras. Street View mobile ready cameras can upload photos to Street View through a mobile app. Auto ready cameras are designed for cars. VR ready cameras capture geometry for VR content, and workflow ready cameras feature tools for publishing to Street View accounts. Upcoming cameras from the 18 manufacturers have been certified under the program so far, including products from Samsung, GoPro, and Matterport. The new Snapdragon 660 and 630 chips have faster LTE and offer better battery life. Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 660 and 630 systems on a chip are upgrades to last year's mid-range Snapdragon 652 and 625 respectively, and offer more power, more features, faster connectivity, and perhaps most importantly more battery life. The chipsets feature the X12 LTE modem, the same 600 megabits per second modem that's in Verizon and Sprint iPhones, as well as the Snapdragon 820. A Bluetooth 5 is now default, and the 660 has 2x2 MIMO Wi-Fi as well. Both platforms have Qualcomm Quick Charge 4, specialized chips for machine learning and improved camera processing. Of course, processor and GPU speeds have all bumped up as well. Qualcomm says the 660 has a 20% CPU speed improvement over its predecessor, while the 630 CPU is 10% faster. Qualcomm says you should see a 50 to 75% lower power consumption for some location services, while the download power consumption on Wi-Fi is down 60% on the 660 over the last generation. Both the 660 and 630 support up to 8 GB of RAM and were built with a 14nm process. The 660 has an 8-core Cairo 260 CPU and an Adreno 512 GPU, while the 630 has 8 Cortex A53 cores and the Adreno 508 GPU. Qualcomm says the 660 is now shipping, while the 630 will ship later this month. A bit of interesting news there. And that's just about it for today's episode of Tech News. If you learned anything new, if you like it, if you want more, feel free to subscribe, comment below, and smash that like button down below for more. Feel free to check out previous videos using the links provided in the description below, as well as links to all my information sources for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.